So welcome back to days 58 to 65 of my 100-day project, and this week I am going to be printing with some broken jewellery, brooches, pendants, that type of thing. It was actually a box that was given to me by a friend that used to make flower bouquets out of brooches and jewellery, and I've just rooted through this box and found some samples that I think might work well on the gel plate. So for those of you that don't know me, my name's Claire Cousins and I'm a printmaker, mixed media artist and teacher based in the UK. There will be a link in the description to my newsletter. If you're interested in signing up, there's some great free videos, mastering the one pull print and how to prepare your botanicals for gel printing. And then there's lots of other news on a regular basis. So I'm working on my 6-inch gel plate and I've started with a thin layer of Payne's Grey, and it's a darker Payne's Grey, it's from the System 3 range. And I have laid down these like chains and then use wet strength tissue paper to remove the negative space, to remove the paint from around the chains. I've let this layer completely dry and then I'm using a layer of my favourite Wedgwood blue, again from the System 3 range, applying another thin layer, and I'm going to repeat the process. I'm going to lay the chains back on there, but I'm trying to do it in a little bit more of a considered way this time, separating the chains to make different shapes on the gel plate. So what's going to happen with this is that when I put the wet strength tissue paper down again, unfortunately it is going to lift some of the first layer up, but I'm just more interested in what abstract shapes I can create, so I'm just going to go with it and see how it goes. So you can see there as I pull the tissue paper back, it's actually quite nice how it's picked up. It's got bits of blue and the black on the tissue paper. So I'm removing those chains and letting that layer completely dry again before using a pea-sized amount of the Titan Buff for my pickup layer. And I'm going to apply this across the gel plate, and while it's still wet, flip it over and get it transferred straight into my sketchbook. I'm giving it a good rub to make good contact with the gel plate before peeling back the paper from the gel plate to reveal the final print. So next I've again started with the same Payne's Grey thin layer on my gel plate, and again this is an old costume jewellery necklace. Now I'm not printing with the like glassy side, I'm printing with the back because it has like this metal structure that I think will work well on the gel plate, and I'm just pressing that to create that impression and pattern on the gel plate. What I started to realise was that the last couple of presses with the jewellery tended to lift more paint off. So while it was drying, it was actually picking up more paint and leaving me with more visible windows, which is what I wanted. So I'm gonna try that more through the next print. But I've let the layer dry and I've used a layer of the Wedgwood blue again to transfer this directly into my sketchbook. I've got the gel plate just placed on a piece of Perspex because that just helps me to be able to flip it over and place it directly into the sketchbook. And you can see as I'm pulling the print back that the shapes on the outer edges of the gel plate are actually more visible. So like I say, let's see how it goes. So I've started with a layer of the Payne's Grey again, just like the previous prints. And then you can see here I'm using a brooch and I'm trying to hold the chain up so it doesn't interfere with the print. Again, got totally consumed by what I was doing and forgot I needed to leave this to dry a little bit before, but you can see how the more times I press it, and it's starting to dry, it's removing more of the paint and creating more impression, more windows for the next layer to peep through. I've let this layer completely dry, and then I'm using a green grey from Liquitex Basics, just a pea-sized amount, to create a thin layer of paint over my gel plate to then transfer it into the sketchbook. Quite a nice print, maybe a little bit dark, but it's picked up lots of the details from the brooch, which is great. So again, starting with the Payne's Grey, and I've spotted this like Cameo style brooch, and I thought the person, the silhouette would print, but it didn't really give that level of detail. So I did a few of these and then switched to a more simpler brooch that gave a better impression really. But it's just all experimentation, trial, and again you can see how much more paint it's pulling off when it's just that little bit tackier rather than wet. If you saw my last video where I was printing with glass and really struggling where it was slipping and sliding on the plate, this has definitely given me an idea to go back and try it again and wait for the paint to be tacky rather than wet, and maybe we'll just get a better transfer from the glass that way. So I'm following the exact same process as before. You must allow this layer to dry completely before applying your pickup layer. So again, just using the Wedgwood blue. I was clearly having a Payne's Grey, Wedgwood blue and green week this week, and then transferring it directly into the sketchbook. Not the greatest of prints, just because of the brooches that I chose. I don't give very much detail, but you need to experiment with these things to find out. So surprise, surprise, I'm starting with the Payne's Grey again. And again, this is a pendant that was broken. I'm trying to get it flat on the gel plate, but all these beads that are coming off like tentacles are just getting in the way. I so wish I'd have clipped them off before I started, because I think it'd have got a much nicer print. I'm using the wet strength tissue paper just to press down and get in between those beads and try and remove some of the excess paint. But when I peel it back, it's really not what I was hoping for. It's just quite messy and splodgy, and it's not really the detail that I was hoping for. So what I do is decide to add some more Payne's Grey and almost patchwork back into it, just trying to use the semicircle, the beaded semicircle. I'm using the tissue paper to press it into the plate to define the pattern, but also try and soften the edges between where I've patched in that Payne's Grey as well. And I'm just rotating it. And again, those beads are still getting in the way. I think next time if I clip them off, I will get a really nice print, because those beads, that beaded semicircle is printing really, really well. So once this layer is fully dry, I've gone back in with the green grey from the Liquitex Basic range and just using that as my pickup layer to transfer into the sketchbook. And you can see as I pull back to reveal the final print, it's a little bit messy, but there's loads of potential with this one. Those beaded semicircles are really detailed. So I found lots and lots of quite small brooches, and I didn't want to create a full print of one shape. So I'm using lots of different ones here. Some are brooches, some are like broken earrings, just anything really with something I can grab onto and press it into the gel plate. And again, already you can see as the paint's drying on the gel plate, it's picking up more paint and leaving more gaps and windows and more pattern, which is great. So once this layer is completely dry, I'm using a pea-sized amount of the Titan Buff as my pickup layer. And I was really happy with this print. The detail, it just worked out really well, really crisp details. So again, this was another brooch, much more open, and it was a flower, it was like a rose. And again, pressing this into the gel plate to create texture and pattern, just rotating it each time. So once this was fully dry, just using the Wedgwood blue and the green grey to try and maybe vary the colour a little bit is my pickup layer. Doing a gradient like this is much easier when you've got a brayer that's the size of your gel plate and you get a much better gradient. It didn't really work out very well there, but I was just playing really and then transferring it straight into the sketchbook before pulling the print. And again, this worked really nice. It almost reminded me of previous weeks when I did the printing with veg with the lettuce. It's very similar. So for the last print, I really slowed down. So again, this was another part of that pendant. You know, the oval where I said I'd clip the beads off. Well, I clipped the beads off this part and you can see it's pressing down really well into the gel plate and producing a lovely detail and lovely pattern. It is quite tricky judging when the paint is not too dry but still tacky enough to press into. So you can see those first couple are nowhere near and it just took like to the third press, and that's how variable it is. It's just like seconds different makes a massive difference in the quality of the transfer. So again, let this completely dry before using the Titan Buff again to transfer this into my sketchbook. Again, I'm really happy with this print. The level of detail is just really good. I'm really happy with it, and it was worth slowing down, taking the time to clip those beads off. It was good. So let's have a recap of what we've got. So these were the beads, the chains. It was a necklace that I've used to spread out and create that multi-layered effect. So this was the pendant, and again using the back of it with the metal structure to create the pattern and texture. This one was a brooch. It had a chain on there which made it a little bit more awkward, but quite a nice shape. This one was the Cameo brooch, and a different circle brooch, but the Cameo brooch didn't work very well. It wasn't as detailed. This was the beaded oval with the dangly beads, and again it was a bit messy, but lots of potential from that beaded oval. And then this was one of my favourites. This was all the different little brooches just mixed and matched, creating like a pattern on the gel plate, but the detail was really happy with this one. And then on the other side is another brooch where it was like in the shape of a flower, almost like a rose with the petals, which worked well. And then finally, there you can see it. That was the pendant without the beads, compared to the other part of the pendant that kept the beads on, which didn't print quite as well. So I hope you've enjoyed this week's instalment of my 100-day project, and I hope you catch me for the next instalment next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.